So this is a 5G phone.
Where is 5G? What 5G?
When will 5G?
Stop! Well, now is the time we can talk about 5G phones. And no, I'm not gonna talk about 5G phones in the expensive 30, 40K flagship segment. Because you know it, I know it, those phones come with most of the 5G bands. Unless, stop. We'll talk about best 5G phones in budget or under 25,000, 20,000, 15,000. So by the end of the video, you will know what Indian 5G bands to look out for in the phone, where to look out for, and what's the best 5G phone for India. Now, first of all, if you're confused, what are 5G bands? What is 5G? Here's a good video that we did about a year ago. You can understand 5G with simple real life examples. But more than understanding 5G, the important part is what are the important 5G bands for India? Well, irrespective of where you live, the 8 important 5G bands are N1, N3, N5, N8, N28, N41, N77 and N78. There is also N258, but we can ignore that because it is for commercial purpose and no smartphone in India has that 5G band. But the question is, how can I check which 5G band the phone supports? Well, you can see here, just Google, like for example, let's take Samsung S21 FE specs. So now go to the official Samsung website and here under specifications, we have 5G bands, N1, N3, N8, just ignore the TDD, 2100 and all that text. These are all the 5G bands that you get with Samsung S21 FE. And if you're buying offline, just check the box. Here you will find all the 5G bands written on the box itself, simple. Now based on these 8 Indian 5G band, let's start with the best 5G phone under 15,000. Number 1, so the cheapest 5G phone that you can buy in India is Poco M4 5G. It starts at 10,999. Now it does come with only 7 5G band. There's still one 5G band support less, that is N41. Now of course, you don't buy a phone just for 5G. So other good things about the phone is number 1, processor. You get Dimensity 700, which is a really good processor for this price. Number 2, 90Hz display. Also, you get a full HD 90Hz LCD display. Again, at this price range, you get LCD, but here you get a 90Hz LCD display. Now, the only con with this phone is MIUI 13, and this time it's not about slow updates or old Android version. It comes with the latest Android 12, but the problem is quality of updates. You would have heard Poco phones having a lot of issues after software updates, complaints about camera, motherboard issues after update. It happened with one particular series quite a lot, that is the Poco X3 Pro. So this phone comes with 1 year warranty, but before updating the phone, it's better to wait a little and check the internet before you update your phone. Next, if you can push your budget to around 15,000, we get 2 really good 5G phones, Moto G62 5G and Moto G71 5G. And Motorola this year, 2022, has been doing a really good job with the smartphone launches, and if I have to pick one brand with really good 5G support plus value for money specs and clean ad-free experience, it will be Motorola undoubtedly. Like irrespective of the price range, Motorola phones have generally good 5G support. Anyways, Moto G62 has 12 5G bands and Moto G71 has 13 5G band support. So all the 8 Indian 5G band exist plus additional 5G bands for the future. Now both phones are almost similar except 2 major differences. Number 1, display. Moto G62 has a 120Hz LCD display while Moto G71 has a 60Hz OLED display. Rest, both phones have Snapdragon 695, both are on the latest Android 12. They are absolutely ad-free and stock Android. And number 2, the difference is gaming. If you want to play games at least 1 hour or something, Moto G62 will be a better option. It has slightly bigger screen and 120Hz does affect in gaming. Plus, if you see here on Flipkart, Moto G62 has a 8GB variant. Moto G71 has only 6GB, 128GB storage variant, and it doesn't even have an SD card slot. So that's classic gaming versus entertainment. If you want gaming, Moto G62 is a good option. And if you want media and entertainment, Moto G71 is a good buy. If you want to know more, here's a dedicated video on the phone. You can watch that. Now, I'm ignoring a lot of 5G phones with 11 bands of 5G or 13 bands of 5G phones like Samsung A22 5G or Samsung M32 5G because they are not overall good package. They either have a 720p display or a TFT display. So if you want an overall good phone under 20,000 from Samsung, the best buy is Samsung M53 5G. Samsung M53 5G usually costs 21 to 22,000, but in the sale or offline with card discounts, you can bring down the price to 19,999. At that price, you get 12 5G bands, all the important 8 Indian 5G bands, and you get Dimensity 900, 120Hz AMOLED display, 108 megapixel main camera. And I've used the phone for a week or so. Here's a video of it. You can watch that after this video. But in practical usage, the software or One UI experience is good. You get some flagship features like Magic Eraser, which you can use to erase objects from a photo. It works super cool. Now, if you bump your budget to 25,000, in terms of 5G bands, there are only two good options. Number one, Poco F4. Poco F4 is an overall good phone and it is available at the price of 23,499. It has a total of 10 5G bands with all the 8 important Indian 5G bands. Apart from that, you also get Snapdragon 870, which is really powerful and good gaming processor in this price. You also get 120Hz display, 64 megapixel OIS camera, all overall a very good package. But again, the problem with Poco phones is update. However, with Poco F4, Poco has accepted their shortcomings and you get a 2-year manufacturer warranty. So for 2 years, you are covered. But if you want a cleaner Android experience, the next option is the newly launched Moto H30, which costs 24,999. It gets 13 5G band support. You get slightly lower performance with Snapdragon 778G+, but for day-to-day tasks and light casual gaming, it is more than enough. And rest, you get clean stock Android experience, 144Hz smooth display, and Motorola also promises 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security update. We reviewed the phone, we used it for a month, and here's the video. You can have a better idea if you're thinking to buy it. So talking about 5G, there is a lot of buzz around the 5G release now, and our PM is launching Jio 5G on October 1 at Indian Mobile Congress. I am excited for that. We are planning lots of videos on 5G. One crazy thought is trying 5G in multiple cities in India. If you like that idea, 8,000 likes, we'll try our best to do it. It's a crazy project. On that note, this is Pradeep signing off. Pew pew. See you pretty soon.